Paylor Motorsports has shared an update on Carson Ferguson after he was involved in a brutal wreck at Knoxville last night with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. With 6 laps to go in the Thursday night preliminary for the Knoxville Late Model Nationals, Ferguson got up and over the cushion and slammed hard into the outside turn 2 wall. The contact spun his car 180 degrees and then flipped him over twice. He eventually came to a stop on his roof. Flow Racing announcer Ben Shelton shared it was Carson Ferguson, got over that cushion, race car bicycled, and straight into the catch fence. We can take a look at here at exactly what happened.
Anyway, James, they'll race back to 5 to go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we got another one upside down. As over the cushion, and I'm not positive. I'm going to wait and see if I get an update.
So obviously that is what happened right there. We didn't get to see the beginning of it to see exactly what happened, but clearly we got to see kind of the end of it right there. Brutal wreck there for Carson Ferguson. And we got an update from Paylor Motorsports over on Facebook. They said Carson is okay. The team added in the attrition-filled 25 lapper tonight at Knoxville Raceway. Carson Ferguson had climbed 10 spots and was sitting in the 13th position when he was involved in a rollover incident on a lap 20 restart. Carson fortunately walked away from his battered race car, but was relegated to an 18th place finish. We'll go again tomorrow at Knoxville in a similar $10,000 to win prelim program. Ferguson was not the only one involved in a brutal wreck. Following a restart, Dalton Wilson lost control of his car and slid up into Hudson O'Neal going through turns 1 and 2. The contact sent O'Neal into the cushion. Upon making contact with it, the car flipped multiple times before slamming into the catch fence and coming to a stop in turn 2. O'Neal walked away from the wreck and looked in good condition physically, but did enter an ambulance to get checked out further. Obviously, maybe checking to see if he has any kind of concussion or something to that effect. But he did walk away in the original broadcast of the race, and he looked like he was physically okay. Here is the wreck. This is from Flow Racing over on X.
Second away from Shepard, back to the, oh, hold on to it, He's going to get hard upside down. Dalton Wilson had got over the berm and gets into Huddy and Hudson.
So you can see how brutal that was. Fortunately, it wasn't as bad as what it could have been. Obviously, it was horrific, but he didn't bounce back further down and get kind of clobbered there by Brandon Overton. Potentially, maybe could have whacked him. I think Aaron Morant is there too. That comes by.
Hold on to it, He's going to get hard up.
Yeah, I think that's Morant right there. And he's able to miss him because you can see Morant is up and over the cushion there himself. And fortunately, Huddy didn't come down on top of him. And then Overton's able to make a really good maneuver there to dive a little bit to the bottom and avoid Huddy's car coming down. It could have been a lot worse. Could have had a side impact there from these guys going at high speed. So some good driving there by Brandon Overton. A good job there by Aaron Morant to avoid him as well. But absolutely brutal wreck there from Hudson O'Neal as well. And then Tyler Bruening was involved in a wreck too. Didn't really have a replay of that. Even on the original broadcast, they didn't show a replay. We did have some commentary from Ben Shelton, who said he looked up and he saw that Bruening's car had gotten his rear was airborne, and he slammed hard into, I think, the turn three wall, and his car basically came to a stop there with significant damage. World of Outlaws driver Nick Hoffman noted how tough the track was earlier in the night. He said this over on X: everyone is struggling to steer. This place has so much grip. Very narrow, so you don't dare follow someone into the corner or you will get arrow tight and lose multiple spots. In fact, that's exactly what happened with Dalton Wilson when Hoffman shared his analysis for that wreck. He said, wow, absolutely nothing Huddy could do there. That was a situation of Dalton getting arrow tight, and it just sends him across the racetrack. Sucks, but there was no avoiding that from either driver. Just a part of a restart and everyone being tight together. You're trying to be as aggressive as possible, but Dalton loses the nose, and that's all she wrote. So Garrett Albertson went on to win the race, which never got back to green after Ferguson's wreck as rain began coming down on the track, and it was called early. Tyler Erb finished second with Dalton Wilson rounding out the podium. Ricky Thornton Jr. finished fourth, and Jonathan Davenport was just one spot behind in fifth. The rest of the top 10 included Aaron Morant, Joseph Joyner, Devin Morant, Donald McIntosh, and Dan Ebert. And as Paylor Motorsports indicated, they will be back in action again tonight for another $10,000 to win preliminary program. And hopefully won't be as wreck-filled as what last night's program was. Obviously, a lot of cars getting torn up in some brutal fashion with some horrific wrecks here. Obviously, Carson Ferguson and Hudson O'Neal being two of those. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.